What's going on, everybody? I hope y'all are doing well today. I'm getting ready to go to bed, but before I do that, it was put on my heart to share this with you guys as I'm discovering this about myself. So I just want to remind you guys that sometimes, based on the things that we went through in life while we were growing up, or just the different circumstances that kind of molded us into who we are, nature versus nurture and all of that stuff, we learned about that in school. But I think that sometimes when we know ourselves to be a particular way, we identify as that. Like, for example, I'm always talking about how I'm an introvert. And although my characteristics line up with that, and I am a person who enjoys solitude, I enjoy being by myself, I enjoy people watching, I enjoy just not saying a lot, you know what I mean? But even though I know that I enjoy those things and that's like what I'm used to enjoying, as God re renews your mind, sometimes who we thought we were or who we identify as begins to change. And, as the word says, he's making us a new creation when we, give our lives to him. I think that instead of leaning on, oh, this is who I am, be open to who God is creating you to be. So, for example, one of the things that I've been practicing is dying to my flesh, like doing things that are like irritating, that, or not irritating, but doing things that could be irritating too, but doing things that make me uncomfortable, that I know I don't want to do and that I wouldn't normally do, but doing it because I know I'm dying to my flesh and it's something that God is calling me to based on where I know God has taken my life. So, for example, if God is putting on your heart to build a ministry, or if God is putting on your heart to go and speak to thousands of people, and you are scared of public speaking, you have to do little things or take small steps to start, building yourself up to go in that direction. And of course, you'll do that with God's grace and Him just giving you the strength to do so and the boldness and the courage. But I think that sometimes we cut off who God is calling us to be based on who we say we are. So, for example, if I would have just stuck with, oh, I'm an introvert, I would have never been able to step into the calling that God has for me, because the calling that I have requires me to talk to people a lot, you know. But the calling that I have also is one of the only things that I feel comfortable talking to people about because I'm passionate about it. So it makes it easier for me to do that when I'm talking about that particular subject. However, in order to get to those people that I need to help, I have to network. I have to have small talk, and I hate small talk. If you're an introvert, we hate small talk. We don't care about the weather, we don't care about any of that. We just want to get straight to the point. We either deep or we like not talking at all. And so I had to learn how to find that healthy balance. And so I've been doing that lately. Like, for example, I did something that I don't necessarily, well, I didn't enjoy, but now I'm learning to enjoy it. Now I actually have fun doing it. One of those things is being a greeter. So I decided to become a greeter at my church. And at first I was like, okay, God, I'm literally doing this because of you. I'm doing this because this is me dying to my flesh and me sacrificing my comfort to show you that I'm making you Lord of my life. I'm putting you first. I'm not allowing who I say that I am to take me away from who you are creating me to be. And so doing that has not only helped me with my social anxiety, but it has made me realize that being introverted is literally a choice. And if you dig deeper into the psychology behind the terms that you choose to identify yourself as, if you dig deep enough, you'll notice that the root of that is coming from based on how you were treated as a child. And I can say that for myself. And I studied psychology in school. So this is something that I've always been intrigued by. Like, I love understanding how people think and why they do the things that they do, because I wanted to know as a child why certain things were happening to me and why I felt the way I felt. And so I think that you should just, check yourself and say, you know what? I understand that this is my comfort zone. I understand that this is who I am per se, but is this who God says I am? because there are certain things that I've read as I've been studying and as I've been, transitioning into the woman that God is calling me to be. I'm noticing like certain things that I identify as, or certain things that are in my comfort zone, are not who God calls me to be. For example, I always used to say, oh, I'm so shy. This is true though. Two things can be true. Yes, I am shy. Yes, I, do kind of stay in my own little corner, and I don't really talk much unless somebody's talking to me. I'm not going to be rude and not speak to anybody, you know what I mean? But I'm just not the social butterfly type of person. But if you start a conversation with me, absolutely, I'll engage in that conversation. Now, if the conversation get too long, I might get a little drained. It might be like, woo, baby, you talking a long time right now, but I'm going to hang in there. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't like to talk a lot, but it's just something that I'm working on, just trying to get out of my comfort zone to do the things that I don't necessarily want to do, but that are going to help me grow. And they have been helping me grow. So the whole purpose of this video is just for me to give you some encouragement to say that, hey, maybe the thing that you called yourself, like you called yourself shy, don't make that your identity. If shyness is taking away your boldness or your courageous attitude or your courageous pursuit towards something that God is calling you to, then you have to stop affirming that for yourself. And that's what I stopped doing. So I don't say I'm shy anymore. I switch it and say I'm reserved, because I feel like reserved is more of a choice. Like, it's like you're saying, I'm choosing to be reserved. Shyness is just like, oh, I'm just shy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cowering, or I'm in a corner, or I don't want to be bothered by people, or I'm scared to talk to people. And we are not people that should operate in fear at all. You know what I mean? That's what the word says. So I'm trying to practice doing and being the things that God says that I am, or that I should be. Walking in power, walking in love, the fruits of the Spirit, things of that sort. So I just challenge you today to step back and look deeper into who God says you are, who He's calling you to be, and start moving toward those things that make you uncomfortable, but that's going to ultimately help you become a better person, and it's ultimately going to help you to grow in areas that are uncomfortable, but that's going to take you to where God is calling you to be. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.